And just because I watch a video or parts of a video doesn't mean I'm a stalker.
Medium smart, dropping bombs on your news. Mic drop, then alarms, while they press snooze. Mainstream spinning, but I won't play that game. A nuclear flow, turning into a motivational flame. Megan Fox crushing all the talking heads as they spoon feed their paid piggies. Gotta keep them misled with blazing Lego vision. I see all the signs exposed in the agenda. Miss these epic rhymes. Intellectual assault on the mainstream. Not in the current of the mainstream. Medium smart will never be silenced. They want that spin, buying appliance. It's intellectual assault on the mainstream. Never ride in the current of the lame stream. Bro, I can burn water, but I'm spitting facts. Top shelf, sorting mass facts. Reporting news, and not like you make it. I'm award winning, and I don't have to fake it. Megan Fox, an authentic voice, giving the masses a hard-hitting choice. That umbrella guy, hammering his song, while Megan Fox rights those wrongs. Now we hit the end of this tune, declaring what it isn't even new. Making dinner and still dropping rhymes like granite. In my area code, please, you're not even on my flag. Yeah, you're outclassed and you never knew. By the time I press singleize a proof, breaking stories while you're chasing hunches. I'm a news type, never pulling punches.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I know it's a strange time. It's 5 p.m. on Friday, but you know, Tug's a free man now, so he can just be wherever he wants. And I'm here with that umbrella guy and, surprise, surprise, a very Christmassy Dave Neal. How you doing?
That's right. You can't get rid of me. I know people were excited that I was done for the day. I'm here.
He's back. He's been catching up on the Hales case, and I thought, what better way to catch up on it than to just jump right in where we are and start reading this deposition.
Yeah,
Man,
you know,
craziest case you're ever going to see, man. This one is so messed up.
I've been binging all of your stuff in one ear, like with my earbud, while I pretend to listen to my wife's stories of how the day went. And I think I got it all. I think I figured it all out. So I'm ready to go.
Well, I'll have to send you the playlist on Rumble because a lot of it had to be privated on YouTube due to false flagging attacks, which, it's going to happen. There's haters out there, but we're not going to let them bother us, are we? So
false flag attacks from people like copyright claims on YouTube.
Yeah. Remember the what the Hales media ecosystem I told you about?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming from that corner of the internet.
Yes, they are.
That's fine.
They are flagging everything.
And they're admitting it, like openly admitting it. Like,
Yeah.
We're going to strike them. We're going to take their channel down. It's crazy.
Have they considered any hobbies? I mean, what?
They should.
Of all
They
the
should
fish to
consider
fry, it's
something.
always weird when you have, whatever. I guess it means you're doing something right.
They have hobbies. It's like, does it dip in butter? That's a hobby.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue what the heck is going on over there, but I don't really care. What we are doing is covering the Jeremy Hales versus Lynette Preston and John Cook case in federal court. And we are going to read the deposition today. In fact, I think we should give Dave the honor of reading Jeremy Hales' part. I think he will really flip out while he's reading this. Just remember, Dave, you're angry. Okay? You're angry. You have a lot of pent up rage,
Sure.
and that's going to come out.
Yes.
You are going. Tug's going to be playing the role of Bruce, and I will be Randy Shockett. And Tugger, you're also the court reporter, right?
Yeah.
If it gives you any hint, Dave, the judge said the only person who behaved correctly in this entire deposition was the court reporter. So we left off on page 151, but I wanted to back up a little bit because they started talking about handwriting. So we're going to start here, Tug, at line 23.
I was trying to find my avatar. That
So,
was in the
Dave,
corner. There he
You
is.
are, oh yeah, you have to put your Tug in the corner avatar.
Yeah, that's
Dave,
me
you
in the
will be
corner.
answering the question, the answer. So that's letter A. Tug will be reading the question. You are letter A. Whenever you're ready, Tug, line 23.
Oh, you confused me. There's an A at the top. That's why I was like, wait a minute.
Sorry. Let me get rid of that.
Concise.
Yes. Also, if it sounds like I'm reading a little whiny, that's because there was rumor that a certain lawyer was in the corner, shaking back and forth, crying,
Rocking back and forth.
Yes, he was a little
sweating.
he was a little upset,
Flop sweat. The meat sweats.
yeah, the meat sweats too. Is that what that was? All right. At that point in time, you were conducting your own investigation by locating individuals' handwriting samples to compare the signs. You had not yet retained your expert. Am I correct?
Again, a very unclear question. You said, so if I'm understanding you correct, if a year ago you're looking at samples and comparing, but a year later you're still looking at samples and comparing, and you find the sample. Obviously, I was comparing samples when Lynette was running to the courthouse in Levy County and writing my name over and over and over and over and over again in every affidavit. In every special supplemental affidavit, writing Jeremy Hales. And then when there's a match, I hired the handwriting expert. So I hired the handwriting expert as I was finding the matches and analyzing it.
Okay. So I don't scrolling. So I don't.
Sorry. And then I took a drink of water and choked. So now I'm choking. Thank God I'm not reading right now.
Are you okay, Megan? Okay.
No, I am not.
So I don't want to talk at all about the match. I don't want to talk about Miss Preston's handwriting sample or the signs that she wrote for her address at. Oh, wait. For her address, I gotta blow this up. Give me 1 second. There you go. I'm like, man, I've been out of the reading for 2 days. I gotta come back up.
We gotta get back into it.
Yeah. I know, man. I feel like I'm out of practice after that. Okay.
You're not sounding quite constipated.
I know,
enough.
man. I'm not as cry. I know. Here, I'm gonna start over there. Okay. So I don't want to talk all about the match. I don't want to talk about Miss Preston's handwriting sample or the signs that she wrote, the address on her property, or of anything filed in the court which contains her handwriting. What I want to ask is about anybody else's handwriting samples that you analyzed or compared the signs to. Are there other handwriting samples that you looked at and ruled out as matches?
I've already answered that question multiple times.
And the answer was yes, right?
So you did understand.
So with respect to those handwriting samples, not Miss Preston's, but anybody else's that you compared to the signs to see if they match or didn't match, did you take any photographs or preserve them, or did you testify that you deleted all such photographs?
I testified that I don't know. I don't recall.
Okay. Now, before you hired the expert and before you became certain that the handwriting of my client matched the signs, it was possible that there were other individuals responsible for the signs, correct?
There are two people responsible for the writing on the signs, one of them being Lynette Preston, the other one not being identified as of yet. No, it is not possible for other people to be responsible, because the only people responsible for the consequences of what's written on the signs are the people who actually wrote the signs. That would be common sense.
All right. But we're almost ready to take a break. I got to take that break. But I'm just trying to understand how many different individuals' handwriting did you procure, locate, so you could compare it to the signs?
I don't remember.
Did you find individuals' handwriting samples in particular form, like land records, for example?
I don't recall where I found it all.
Did you ask anybody, hey, may I see samples of your handwriting, sir?
No.
No, but you didn't say, may I just voluntarily have your handwriting so I can rule it out?
No.
Are you aware of anybody who even knows of the signs that existed other than Zim Paget, the Grangers, Deanna Rest, yourself, George, strike that. Great, he said all that shit and I got to strike
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people right there. Did anybody else know besides Zim, the Grangers, Deanna West, George, you?
Well, here's a question too. So he strikes that, right? So doesn't that strike everything above it? So other than those people,
Yeah,
so
which people?
yeah,
just
were they
struck
just
it.
struck? Other than those ghosts that we don't know about, does anybody, to your knowledge, know of signs by any other way other than you having broadcast them on YouTube?
Yeah, you've been a part of live streams of them being broadcasted on YouTube on Two Lees in a Pod. You literally have been a part of it, broadcasting the production of the signs, showing the signs, and then making a mockery out of it with a fake handwriting expert making fake analysis jokes of me actually writing them. What a joke.
Have you read about that part, Dave, by the way? Have
No.
you seen that? Oh, God.
I'm learning as we go.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, we have a real handwriting analyst that was, we had all of that introduced to the court, Jeremy Hales. Well, the other side produced a handwriting analysis that they didn't introduce to a court. They brought in the most questionable person that I've ever seen, a guy that tells us that from your handwriting, he can tell that you've had trauma when you were 12 years old.
And also had been kicked off multiple cases. Like he wouldn't last through a voir dire. No way. No, and they didn't put it into court. So basically they just hired this guy for their YouTube content on the what the Hales media ecosystem.
Yeah, we're not talking about a cheap thing to do either. When looking at the prices, we're talking thousands of dollars, all so they could go out. And they tried to say essentially that Jeremy Hales, he had to have written these signs when he wasn't even in Florida.
They're making the argument that he wrote signs and posted them all over town that said Jeremy Hales is a child arpist. Can you imagine?
Yeah, the old Jussie Smollett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Smollett defense. By the way, you're going to notice there's some highlighting on this deposition. I did not do that. Apparently, this is the deposition that Bruce has been sending around to people, and he has highlighted what he says is Jeremy Hales's misconduct. I noticed that he does not highlight his own misconduct.
That's fascinating, considering the judge was like, "Yeah, you got to stop instigating." He was pointing out that there was misconduct from him as well, for sure.
Yep.
Okay, now, but it's not your testimony that the two Lees were showing the signs so that they could propagate that the statements in them were true about you, right? That's not what you're testifying, right?
You trying to put words in my mouth now? Can you ask a clear question? How are you a lawyer and not able to ask a clear question?
How are you testifying that the two Lees were showing the signs so that they were saying to their audience, these are true. These statements are true.
Objection to form calls for speculation. And can you answer subject to my objection with the magistrate? So, wait.
What?
What?
No, wait, by attorney shocking?
I'm confused. I think 9 is you.
Okay, yeah, I thought so too. I didn't.
I think that's a typo.
Yeah. So you don't?
As to what two Lees in this moron were out to defame me and run their what the Hales ecosystem defamation campaign.
Wait, he didn't highlight that. He just called Bruce a moron. There's no highlighting here. That was more of a misconduct than the one before.
Yeah, but maybe he agrees with that. Maybe
maybe he agrees. Yeah.
Is it your testimony that the two Lees told their audiences that you're a child arpist or arped their daughter, Michelle Preston's daughter?
My testimony that they have continued to defame me as well as you.
Is it your testimony that, are you aware of anybody who became aware of those signs and the statements on them other than Zim, the Grangers, Deanna West, yourself, and George?
Objection. Asked and answered.
Yes, asked and answered 1 million. Are you kidding me? That's not the end of the question. I haven't finished my question.
Okay.
Strike that. I had to light my cigar. Sorry. Okay. Are you aware of anyone who became aware of the signs from any other source than your YouTube video?
Yes, I've already shared
Who?
other YouTube videos.
Two Lees?
There's one,
Any others?
Milltown's Best.
Any others?
I'm sure there are others out there. There are plenty right now with your anti-what the Hales ecosystem.
Megan, what's up?
Oh, I didn't know I
Megan
made it in
Fox?
here.
I didn't either. I didn't realize I haven't gotten this. What about
Oh, and
Megan
here
Fox?
comes that umbrella guy.
Did she ever show the signs on her YouTube channel?
I do not know.
What about that umbrella guy? Did he ever show it on his YouTube channel?
I do not know.
Okay, so who of all the channels of which those signs were shown, to your knowledge, which one was first? Which one was earliest?
Again, I do not know.
Well, we made a list of the 3 channels that you claim to know for sure show those signs. Yours, Two Lees, and Milltown's Best, right?
I think you made a much larger list than that and asked me questions on it.
But you confirmed that. Those 3, yourself, Milltown's, and Two Lees.
What's your question again?
Are you confirming that those are the 3 channels that you know showed those signs, those road signs?
No, I'm not confirming that.
A minute ago, you were saying Two Lees.
I openly shared that there are many other channels out there that have shown it as well that I don't even know how far it's gone. But it all stems to the core in Otter Creek with your client, Lynette Preston, and whoever else wrote the other half of the signs. And then other channel.
What?
And then other channels latching on under direction and control of individuals such as yourself, creating an anti-what the Hales ecosystem with a negative PR against, damaging me, my business, my life, my relationships.
Oh, okay. So my question is.
So no, I don't know how many. As a matter of fact, it's spun out of control. And what people believe, I can't answer what questions either because I can't tell you what you believe, even though I know you believe that she wrote them.
So are you aware of any YouTube channels that broadcast any information, including images of the sign, before you did on your channel?
I am unaware.
Are you aware of any YouTube channel that, in connection with showing the signs or discussing the signs, indicated that they believe the accusations contained on them?
I am unaware, but I am aware that you've been on with Two Lees in a pod indicating that I actually wrote those things about myself, trying to tell people that I wrote them about myself. So I don't know what's more hideous, the aspect that somebody else wrote them or somebody coming in and saying, well, Jeremy wrote this about himself and then post it. Both of them are gross. Both of them are sick. And the consequences for those individuals, including yourself, will be fought out in the court of law.
Counsel, are you aware that you stated on the record that we'd be breaking for lunch at 1 o'clock?
Yeah, I noticed. And we're going on to break.
And now it's 1:05. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, so we'll take a break now. And why don't we resume at 1:50? Would that be okay with everybody?
Yep, 1:50. Right.
That's 45 minutes.
Bye.
The recess was taken.
All right, we shall
Mr.
resume.
Hales, you're a clear. What is the fuck is this about? I mean, what?
Oh,
why?
this is really ridiculous. I skimmed a little of this, and this is so outrageously irrelevant to this case. It is absurd. Dave, you're going to love this. He's going to try to cancel Jeremy Hales in this deposition right now. He's going to try to cancel him. By the way, those of you who are here, there are like 2,700 of you here right now. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. And also, if you love this content, support the show. By the way, Suzanne, Imperial Beach, Cali, finally figured out how to gift Megan Fox memberships. And she gifted a ton. She gifted 20 Megan Fox memberships, as far as I can see here, which is awesome. And Rebel Bird gifted another 10. So thank you so much for that. And I'll get back to some super chats in a little bit. But I just wanted to point that out because Suzanne's been trying to figure out how to gift memberships for weeks now. And she finally did it. Everyone, round of applause for Suzanne. Round of applause. Yes, round of applause. All right. Here we go. We are back from lunch. Everybody well fed?
Very
Here we
well
go.
fed. Thank you, man. Okay. Mr. Hales, you're a Cleveland sports fan, am I correct?
Not really.
You're not a Cleveland baseball fan?
I'm not a diehard fan of anything.
Okay. Is there a reason why you wear an old Cleveland Indian hoodie on your YouTube streams and not a current Cleveland Guardians hoodie?
No, there's no reason.
Do you have a position on like the sports team changing their names out of political correctness?
No, there's no position.
Oh, that's amazing.
This is so crazy.
Oh my
This
God.
has nothing to do with anything. I swear to God, he's just getting this in here so that they can say Jeremy Hales is some kind of, I don't know, racist or something.
Yeah, that's what they're calling him, a racist.
Because he's
Yeah.
wearing a Cleveland Indians hoodie. Come on.
Yeah, like he wore red face to the games.
The next question is going to be, Mr. Hales, do you have a feather headdress in one of those storage units?
Done the tomahawk chant before.
Oh my God.
All right.
Do you feel like maybe some people might find it offensive to see people wearing old Cleveland Indian jerseys, which were, eliminated due to political correctness?
At this point, this is way afield. I'm going to object to relevance. I'll let you do maybe one more question. Subject to my objection, you can answer. If he tries to bring this up, you can answer.
What was the question?
That was perfect delivery.
Well, how would you feel if somebody said they found it offensive that they're a fan of yours, but they don't like the Cleveland Indian garb?
I wouldn't care. I would probably the same way they would feel if I told them I was offended by them not liking what I wear. It doesn't matter in the long run, in the big scheme of life. It does not matter.
Would you be upset, by the way, Dave, if someone was mad about some clothing that you were wearing? Be like, oh my God.
I do not take offense to other people's offense.
What are you wearing today? Can we get offended by it?
Ask your mom if I'm real.
See, I am so offended by this. You should not wear this around children. See, I'm already offended by what Dave's wearing.
Oh my God.
Let's see if Dave gives two shits about that. I'm sure he doesn't. He's going to go to the mall right after this and
I'm
walk
going to
around
a
in front of
children's
children.
event. Yeah.
Yeah.
While
Oh.
doing the tomahawk chop for some
Yeah.
reason. Okay. What's your current relationship? Your personal relationship with George? Are you engaged?
Objection. Not relevant at all to these proceedings. And that one is, you can answer that one, but I'm going to tell you right now, this was the purpose of the email counsel. Their personal relationship has nothing to do with this lawsuit. So
That's not for you to determine, Mr. Shuckett.
let's call the judge. Okay, we'll call the magistrate in about 5 minutes if you're going to have a line of questioning about their relationship.
That would be interesting. Oh my God. So are you engaged? You and George?
My relationship with Martha George is of no concern of this lawsuit.
Do you have a business relationship with George?
George is an independent contractor.
So she's self-employed.
Correct.
And does she have a contract with What the Hales or with you?
Yes.
And what is the status? What is her status in the contract? Is it as a service provider?
Frankly, it's none of your business. That's proprietary information for the business.
Is she a service provider paid on a 1099?
Objection, compound question.
Is she paid on a 1099?
It's none of your business.
Is there a set amount of payment to her pursuant to a contract over periods of, a pay period?
Yeah, none of your business. This isn't relevant to the actual lawsuit.
Okay, well, that's not for you to determine. So I'm going to ask again. Is there a contract with George that involves a regular amount of payment to her over regular periods of time, like pay periods?
Again, I am determining it. It's not relevant to the lawsuit.
I will say this to your counsel. I do intend to file a motion based on.
Counsel, you don't need to announce your intentions. I've told you several times, do whatever you have to do.
Well, this is me endeavoring to make the remainder of the deposition productive. And so if
You want to go off the record and discuss this?
No, this is particularly for the record. And that's this. You have not controlled your client. Your client has gone on many tirades in your. Hey, Mr. Shockett, may I speak? May I speak?
No, I'm getting the magistrate on the phone right now on the record. Hang on.
Now, Mr. Shockett, may I speak? You're not going to call the magistrate now, are you? Before I've even.
Absolutely, we are.
Before, okay.
Excuse me.
Before I've even spoken.
Do you have a question? Do you have a motion to make on the record or a question for my client other than a speech to me?
My question is, can you read the last question, Alyssa?
Poor Alyssa.
No, poor lady. One moment.
While she's looking, do you have any exhibits? Wait, I'm sorry. This is important. Do you have any different? Are you going to be using these same exhibits on Wednesday for George's deposition, or do you have another set?
I'm not going to start talking about that. I just need the last question read back, please. Reporter reads back from the record. Do you understand the question?
Yes, I do.
Can I have your answer, please?
You already got my answer. That's confidential business information that you're not entitled to and has no relevancy to this lawsuit whatsoever.
Relevancy is not a proper objection in this deposition.
Motion to strike what Mr. Matkin just said. Do you have another question?
I'm going to instruct I'm asking you to instruct your client to answer the question unless you're instructing him not to answer on the grounds of privilege.
I didn't hear a question.
I'm asking you, Attorney Shockett, to instruct your client to answer the last question unless you're instructing him not to answer on the grounds of privilege.
Did you hear me instruct him not to answer?
So, therefore, I'm asking you to ask him to answer the question.
I'm not here to do that, counsel. He's answered the question.
So you're not here to tell your client to answer a question that's been asked in a deposition. You're his counsel in a deposition, but you're not going to tell him to answer a question that you're not instructing him not to answer?
If you're not happy with his answer, you can do things with it. Please move on. Shove it up your ass, basically.
Hey, give me 1 second. I got to mute for 1 minute.
Okay. God, this deposition is insane.
I know. I wish I could stay longer because I'm enjoying this.
Oh, it's so good. If you want to hear read from the beginning, let's see. I think the first one was on my channel, then the second one was on Tug's, and the third one was on mine, and then this one is fourth.
It's funny to read in front of however many people are watching, not even knowing how the sentence ends.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're just like, we're gonna wing this.
Pretty much. I've been doing I'm not reading ahead. I have to do this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, that's a different personality type. The person that likes to read ahead. No, I don't.
I skimmed it. I saw a couple of things, but I didn't know that I was mentioned in here. I didn't know he was asking questions about us. And again, it is unbelievable that I can't report a court case without getting pulled into these motions by these crazy lawyers. That, Gingras did the same thing. He pulls Dave in, he pulls me in. It's like, it's enough already with these lawyers who think that they can blame YouTube for how poorly they do in court.
Yeah, it probably comes down to, it's all ego, obviously, but it's like they can't fight the game. It's like they can't have that dick measuring contest they like to have in the law room on YouTube. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. In the law, it's like in the law room, that's their boxing. That's where they can kind of spar. But out here, it's like they're just an equal. And I think a lot of people get into law because they don't want to be an equal. They want to have control. Yep. And out here, it's like, sorry, Jingy, that don't work out here. You're stuck with us, scum bitches.
Yeah.
But how much longer do you have? Do you have to go right now?
I gotta go. Yeah, I'm gonna go sit in
All
traffic
right.
for this zoo thing, and gonna go. It's
all right. Well, I will put on my Jeremy voice then. It's really creepy.
All right. I'm gonna go listen from the car and annoy my wife. But I'll talk to you guys. Good to chat.
All right. See ya. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, we have some chaos here and there. We're having some items moved in and out. So if I'm like, I gotta mute for a second, that's why. Yeah.
I'm testing my Jeremy voice. How's it sound?
It sounds very good, counsel.
Okay. Where are we at?
I think I'm at. I will. You know, please move on. I will. How come the email from Miss Preston to Mayor Dan in Ohio was not alleged in your complaint?
Objection. That's attorney-client privilege and work product, and that I will instruct him not to answer unless you can answer that question outside of conversations that you and I had. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. The email. Oh, he wants to know why it wasn't put in.
Yeah,
the
why
email
wasn't
from.
added in? Yeah, you remember that email that that
Yeah, I do.
was put in?
Mhm. And now I want to know why it wasn't added in. Interesting. I like that. That's the first question he's asked that I actually want to know an answer to.
Yeah. And you're like, well, can't really discuss that one there, you know. Oh my goodness. Hey, I got to the bottom of something earlier today.
Oh, you
too.
did?
Yeah. I was curious about something. I keep hearing about Amazon wish lists, by the way, right?
Oh, right.
So I wanted to do something today. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me find this thing, okay? Because I'm going to show you this real fast. I just was very curious about something. Actually, let me export this real fast. It will take a second.
About this, so if you're wondering what's with the Amazon wish list, so right after Jeremy Hales came on, I think it was my channel or with Tug, I don't remember which one, but he talked about how his whatnot auctions have been sabotaged by saboteurs who come in and bid up very high on something and then they don't pay. And so there's been this has happened multiple times during his whatnot auctions, and clearly it's acts of sabotage and trolling coming from the haters, people who hate Jeremy Hales and are trying to cause chaos and hurt his business. As soon as he reported that, the Butter Twins are out there making a big stink about how all of a sudden Lynette Preston's Amazon wish list for the child and whatever, people are sabotaging it.
Yeah, and okay.
How in the world you can do that to an Amazon wish list in the first place? Because
I tried this. Okay, so I wanted to know about something. I was like, all right, what I want to try is either, nobody's going to buy a product, and then because you can't refund quickly, you know how Amazon is. Like if you buy something off a wish list, you're not going to be able to just go in and refund. So you're going to be stuck with it, and it's not going to mail to you, so you're not going to be able to refund it. So what they're saying is, people are taking items, putting it in their shopping carts, and it's taking it off the list. Okay, well, I want to show you something here. All right, so this is an Amazon wish list. Now, you notice, anyway, I've already added it to the cart just for sake of argument, but I'm going to do it again. All right, I'm going to do it live while I'm sitting here. So, I had vocals on this, but, I don't need them here because there. So, like I said, hitting the button live. Give it a second there. Come on, Doug, you can do it. Look, I'm pointing out that it's already added anyway. But you can see, look, added. All right. Even though I add it to the cart, it says it's add to the cart. It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't take it off. It doesn't gray it out. You can still add one to your cart and buy it. And what it does is actually, what it seemed to have done there was tell you what someone has the item in the cart.
Yeah,
but
it's telling me that I have it in my cart, basically. But it doesn't, until somebody buys the item, it does not remove them. So there's no way that would work. The only way that you could take it off there is to physically buy it. And again, I'm not buying the product for myself and shipping it to someone. I'm buying it off of a list that you have, and it's shipping it out. So I can't, again, I can't return it or anything like that. So how would this happen?
Lorraine, that is not the dumbest lie they've told. You want to know
it's
what
a pretty
the dumbest
dumb one, though, for sure.
You know what the dumbest lie was? The dumbest lie is that I coached Connie. They said I coached Connie. I told her the story and she just jumped on it. That's what they said. I'm actually going to show you it, probably not today because I have to redact it, but I'll show you the exact message I sent to Connie that has absolutely no coaching in it whatsoever. And then she said, call me. And that call that you heard was exactly right after that one message and one response from her. The idea that I had to coach her. Imagine that. What are they saying? Did I also have a time traveling machine go back in time 4 years ago and make sure that they wrote a cease and desist letter to John and Lynette? It's
That's
absurd.
ridiculous. Plus, there's all the screenshots and everything else that actually prove that things were going on there.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it's outrageous. They just lie and lie and lie and lie. It just never stops. It never stops.
Well,
All right.
everything. I did find that the timing of everything was very suspect, though. Like you said, with the whatnot, Jeremy comes out. He mentioned there has been active sabotage. So how they deflected? Oh, no. Actually, there's active sabotage happening to us. It's
Yeah.
like, what? What are you talking about? Okay, anyway, so where are we at?
All right. Where are we at? You were at.
Am I at 17? Is that
I
correct?
can't.
You can't? Well, then don't answer the question.
Okay. Am I correct that there was an email sent by Miss Preston to a person that we refer to as Mayor Dan, who is the mayor of your hometown in Ohio, correct?
Yes.
And to the best of your recollection, what did the email say?
To summarize, to the best of my recollection, basically she was trying to warn Mayor Dan to try to remove me from the town that I live in.
When you say remove you, what does that mean?
She doesn't want me living anywhere. She wants to cause problems wherever I'm at, including whether I'm in Ohio or Florida or anywhere else.
Okay. But when you say that she wrote an email to try to have you removed from the town in Ohio, is that what you testified?
I'm testifying first. She contacted the town hall multiple times on the phone and then threatened to call the local news station if she didn't get in contact with the actual mayor. Then she sent an email to the mayor and, in essence, summarizing that she wants the mayor to know what a problem I am.
But you said to have you removed. So was there something in this email that suggested that you should be kicked out of town?
Would you like to bring the email up so we can actually read it?
I don't have it.
Why not? You're asking questions about it.
So what town is this, by the way, in Ohio?
It really doesn't have any relevancy to the issue here.
The town that Mayor Dan is the mayor of?
Well, in all reality, it's not a town, so your question is wrong.
Well, what is he the mayor of, even if it's not a town?
He's the mayor of a village.
And what's the name of the village?
I really don't think it matters. Oh.
It's public record. It's public record.
Peninsula.
Peninsula.
Oh, sorry, Peninsula, my bad. I answered for you. Sorry.
That's
Jeremy.
me, Bruce.
I'm sorry, but
God, you are a stupid lawyer.
I know, my eyes are so puffy from crying. What do you expect? Peninsula, Ohio. Is that the address someone would write on an envelope?
Yes.
What's the zip code?
44264.
I do want you to open Exhibit 73, please. Deposition exhibit number 73 was marked for identification. Yes, 73, which is a JPEG.
A what? Hang on.
It's not a PDF, but it's a screenshot.
Okay, sorry. It's a one-page police report. Okay, we have it.
And is that a police report dated?
It's really touchy.
It doesn't seem to have the exact date on it, does it? Or am I missing the date of the report? Well, in any event, does the report say that the writers spoke on January the 17th, 2024 to someone who is blacked out, who advised that he believes Lynette Preston violated the no contact order? So we're looking at the same thing.
That is the first line, yes.
All right. And would you agree with me? There's no doubt that the name has been redacted is yours.
I honestly do not know. It's redacted.
I understand that.
And I have not read the rest of the police report. I've only looked at the first line.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You take a minute or two or three, even, and please read it. Make it what? instead of saying take a few moments and whatever. And then my question will be whether you're willing to acknowledge that it's yours.
Can you increase that?
Yeah, it's very touchy.
Yeah, it's very touchy.
I just touch it and it just moves. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little better. Yes, that redacted would be Jeremy Hales.
I appreciate that. And can you read the last line and use your name in place of the blacked out part out loud, please?
Is that the last line?
The no contact order. That's the last line?
Oh, wait.
That was Randy.
Oh, my bad.
The
my
no
bad.
contact order. That's the last line.
The very bottom of the email.
Where it says the no contact order? The no contact order?
The paragraphs below that would be the last.
Okay. It's just we got to get this thing. This document is okay. There, we can pull it up. Now you can see that.
It should be noted. It should be noted that during my encounter with Jeremy, I asked him if Lynette's phone number was blocked from his phone. Jeremy replied he had the number blocked before, but unblocked it in order to try to get her to break the injunction.
Do you agree or dispute that statement?
Absolutely disagree. I can't force anybody to break an injunction. I can't force your client, Lynette, to break an injunction, but what I can do is hold her accountable when she does. So, for example, I blocked her because of all her crazy rants. And then I unblocked her because she was told by a court found guilty for stalking that she was not allowed to be contacting me. And the only way I would know if she was contacting me is if she was unblocked. And no, you can't force another person to actually break a civil protection order. Only Lynette can break that civil protection order.
That's 100%, by the way. You know, you can't make her just because you unblock
Just because you
That's-
unblock somebody is not an invitation for her to start contacting you.
Hey, girl, what you doing, by the way? I got a radar. What's up? What do you mean? You got, is that pizza?
No,
Bug
good
raid.
cheese.
Grilled cheese. Oh, my goodness.
Hey.
Hey,
Bobby is the son of my father for her.
I don't, was that English? I don't know what you said.
Her buy furniture for her.
Furniture, bro? Yeah.
For her room
Yeah.
upstairs, buying my bed a little.
Okay. Well, hey, you go upstairs and look at it and see how it looks. You know, you'll have to tell me
The
about it all.
furniture is going to right up there.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
When
Well,
you're done with your live stream, you look at that.
okay. I'll look at it later. Enjoy that grilled cheese, by the way. It looks pretty good. Is it tasty?
Yeah.
Okay. First time when she was asking me, it was like, well, she had her mouth full of grilled cheese, so I could understand her.
That was funny. Was that English? I'm not sure. The chat wants to know, what did you guys just say? It was a good question. Wait, I lost it now. Where did it go? Oh, how would she know if she was unblocked? She
Yes,
wouldn't.
exactly. She wouldn't at all.
It doesn't like send the person you unblock a notice saying you're unblocked.
No, it does
She
not
wouldn't.
say it at all. So that's fascinating. I mean, this argument is absolutely absurd. Okay, so my question then is, did you make this statement
No,
that the report says you made?
no. The officer said, "Do you have her number blocked?" I said, "Obviously not. Here's the text message. I did have her blocked. I have her unblocked to know if she breaks the civil protection order."
How would unblocking it enable you to know if she breaks the civil protection order apart from?
Are you literally that dumb? If she's blocked and she contacts me via phone, I won't know. If she's unblocked and she contacts me, I will know. Therefore, breaking the civil protection order, which you literally are having me look at a police report where she broke this civil protection order because she's unblocked. That's how I know.
I understand. Okay, so I just want to see if I understand. So you had her blocked, and that prevented her from, even if she were trying to reach you, you wouldn't know because it was blocked, correct?
Correct.
All right. And so I guess theoretically, again, we're back to the
Theoretically.
bullshit.
By the way,
If-
welcome Flux Raiders. Thanks for being here. All of you Flux Raiders, and Flux is probably in the chat here somewhere. Good to see you.
Hey, nice to see you folks, by the way. Yeah. A third party witness might be there, seeing her attempt to call you, maybe not realizing she's blocked, and they can report that saying, hey, I saw her trying to call Jeremy. He doesn't know because it was blocked, right? What does that mean?
What?
I got to read that again.
I'm
'cause I
sorry.
don't-
Read that again. Did you read
Okay.
that backwards or something?
I feel like something is wrong there. I'm going to read it
Something
in
is
normal
wrong.
voice so I can just try to make sense of this, okay? So I guess, theoretically, a third-party witness might be there, seeing her attempting to call you, maybe not realizing she's been blocked, and they can report that and say, hey, I saw her try to call Jeremy. He doesn't know because it's blocked, right?
It still doesn't make any sense, but okay.
What does that mean? I don't understand what he's
I don't-
asking there. Can
I
somebody?
don't either.
Does anyone have the Rosetta Stone of stupid? Because I really need you to decipher this for me.
The Rosetta Stone of stupid is what we
Yeah.
need to decipher this, because
Uh,
I mean, I guess he's saying if she's blocked on your phone, a third party could testify that she tried to call you, but you wouldn't know because it was blocked. But yeah, I mean, we've established that. What the hell? What?
How would
Anyway.
a third party know? And actually, this wouldn't be over calls because even when I block people on my, this is how my phone works anyway. With a block number, it still showcases that a block number tried to call them through. You know, this would be about messages. That's the way I understood that, right? Because yeah, it says she texted me across the answer, so it's not about calls. This is actually about texts.
Who knows? This is upsetting.
I
Hey,
don't
one second.
live.
Hey, I'll be right back. One second.
Okay, I'll read some super chats because there's a bunch of them. Thank you so much, you guys, for supporting the show, and I know you guys love these deposition readings, and I do want to. We do want to get through these for you guys because it's fun. Jeffrey Montgomery says, "Do not read this super chat." Okay, you can read it. Green Veggie Bees, thanks for the 5. Here I sit, booked, still in the hospital. I'm getting better now to get my darn knee fixed. Well, I'm so glad to hear that you're getting better. You've been in there for a while, so good news that you're getting better. SF, thanks for the 5. Let's flocking go. I hope you enjoyed the USAF band video I posted on Locals. I did. It was so cool. That was really beautiful, beautiful music, by the way. And those of you who aren't on Locals, meganfox.locals.com, we're sharing pictures of our Christmas trees right now, and it's a lot of fun. We're sharing our Christmas decorations. You don't want to miss it. It's fun. And Brandis Abercrombie, thanks for being a member for 4 months. Sent the heart emoji. I heart you back. Daily Dysfunction gifted 1 Megan Fox membership. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's super weird in here. You will get used to it, but if you don't, you'll just rage quit. Make sure you leave me a really funny, ragey email or something on
I'm
the way
gonna
out.
rage quit. I'm sending an email right now. I'm gonna rage quit.
Don't you dare rage quit. You just rage quitted your job yesterday. You can't rage quit twice in 1 week. It's not how that works. And Keenan Michelle gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Welcome to all of you who got those. You'll get used to the weirdness, and if not, you'll flounce off and join the hater channels, I guess. Jesse, thanks for the 5. You guys are like my Days of Our Lives soap opera. You make the legal, boring stuff fun. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad to hear that. We do try. K-Dubs gifted 10 Megan Fox memberships. Wow. Thank you so much. That was so generous. Connie B, holy host trifecta, flocking go. Thanks for the 5.
Jay was busted up reading too, I have to say.
I know it's too bad that he couldn't stay longer, but he's going to really enjoy reading the deposition. I'm sure that once he's listening now. So, hey, Dave, listening in the car, making your wife angry. Sorry, Tasha. Sorry for the weird soundboard, Tasha. But I think Dave's going to love reading the rest of this because it is really something else. Yeah, Tug's been rage quitting all week. Tug's in a rage quitting mood.
Don't you get me started. I'm quitting. It was crazy. I will say this about workplace. There was let's just say a problematic person there. I'm going to go with that. Okay. Not to get into it. And I was like, hey, I'd like to make a complaint about that. And instead of letting me make a complaint about this was one of my last straw things. I was given a lecture about how at work, we're all families. We're all family. And I'm like, well, my family doesn't do horrible things. So
My
it was
family
like-
doesn't treat me horribly, so I
and
don't
you're
know what
not
kind of
supposed to
family you
do
have.
that, you know. You're not supposed to tell people they can't make a complaint. So it's kind of against the law. But hey,
Terrible.
that's so weird.
Somebody
man.
in the chat just Dave said she laughed and nearly spit out her Uncrustable. Sorry, Tasha. Don't get a stain on your outfit. Aren't you going to a party? That'll be my fault then. Or just we blame Jeremy. Tasha, blame Jeremy. If anything goes wrong, just blame Jeremy Hales. It's
Jeremy
the
Hales, did you or did you not make this person listed spitting Uncrustables on their clothing?
It's
Chuck,
definitely
it's like, then what's the
Jeremy's
relevance
fault.
in this?
Did you or did you not cause a woman in Tennessee to get a hangnail? Jeremy's like, what?
Is it because of that? Is it because of that hoodie that you've been wearing?
The Indians, the Cleveland Indians hoodie. I can't believe. Can we talk about how obnoxious that was for a second? I can't believe that he thought it was a good idea to pull you're not a politically correct person, are you? Because you wore this offensive sweatshirt. Of all the offensive sweatshirts he could have worn, is the Cleveland Indians? That's it? That's the one? I guess Bruce has never played Cards Against Humanity, is my guess.
Now that just goes back to him trying to do anything to destroy the man's reputation because he's calling him a racist there.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's also trying to say Jeremy Hales doesn't care about what people think or what people are offended by. He likes offending people. He's doing it on purpose.
I would go even further than that. I would say, the accusation he throws out all the time is about this is created for YouTube content. Now, again, he knew that this was going to end up on YouTube because he's the one who put it in motion. And there was a stream ready to go. Do you think that maybe, just maybe, they were planning on, amongst other things, accusing him of being a racist because he wears that?
Yeah, I do. There's no other reason why he put that in there, which is probably why the judge was like, hey, defendant's counsel will stop asking irrelevant questions that have nothing to do with this case. Like the Cleveland Indians freaking answer the question. That's so stupid. That has nothing to do with this case. How could it have anything to do with the case what Jeremy Hales wears?
Now it makes me want to buy a Cleveland Indians.
I know, right? Can you even get them anymore? I bet they're like, Jeremy, if you find any in one of the storage units, auction them off. They'll go for so much money.
For real. I'm thinking about, I need an avatar now with I wonder if I can get I wonder if I can get Grok to put me one with a Cleveland Indians
sweatshirt.
Oh my God,
that would be funny. Try it.
I'm going to
Try it
now. I've got to know.
Oh my God. All right, let's get back to the deposition.
Okay. All right.
I don't live in a world of theoreticalities.
That is quite a word. Theoreticalities.
I live in a world of facts. She texted me.
All right. So while blocked, although possible for her to attempt to contact you, maybe she knew she was blocked. Maybe she didn't. She would have known. Well, it didn't even matter. I mean, why would she?
She's not supposed to call.
Why would it matter? I mean, maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but certainly she can attempt to call you while blocked, correct?
My Streamyard is malfunctioning. I am now Joe Biden.
Oh, no.
And it won't turn off.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, I got it.
God.
I got it.
That was actually
so
quite
weird.
crazy.
I'm really
Let's
sorry.
see.
I had a StreamYard malfunction and I accidentally hit the Joe Biden button. Sorry. Okay.
Label.
Yes.
1 second. Label Cleveland Indians. I'm trying to see if this thing will do it while we're reading.
Sorry, guys. But it's a very professional show. Blame Jeremy. Yep. Blame him. It's his fault.
It's
he
his
wore a
hoodie.
Cleveland Indian sweatshirt and now we're derailed because of it.
I know. What a monster, man. I was totally on script for a hot minute, you know?
I know. We were doing so well. We were motoring through this thing.
And Grok is slow producing my picture, too. I blame Jeremy for that one as well.
I'm sure it's somehow Jeremy's fault.
It all is. There we go. Ooh. Hey, is that one? I think.
Did it do it?
Yeah, kind of. You know, it's It made
Let's
the
see.
weirdest. Oh my god! It made the weirdest freaking facial like masks. No,
Well,
I
now
gotta
we
make-
have to see it.
I'm copying them real quick. I did them on my phone, so I've got to copy them real fast. Hey, read a couple of super chats while I do this.
All right, I'll read super chats. Okay, where were we? We were right at the 10 gifted memberships from K-Dubs. Thank you very much. And we got Chance NP Jody Chop. Thanks for the 10. Had dinner last weekend with college friends who are lawyers. Tried explaining this case to them, and they thought I was describing a Bravo reality show. One is now following the YouTube story with incredulity. Well, make sure you send them over to my Rumble channel to get the full playlist, because right now my Hales playlist has to be set to private on YouTube because of all the false flagging. So if you want the full my playlist, it's over on Rumble. And I'm not even sure if I've made a playlist over there. It might just be in there in order of dates. But I'll try and make one so that we can get that going again. Fallen Hero 4567 gifted 1 Megan Fox membership. Welcome to the Fox Den, whoever got that. It's weird in here, but we have fun. We really do. Hank Brennan's Regret. Thanks for the 20. Dave is killing it in his role as Jeremy. Priceless. I felt like Dave would be able to, he would be able to embrace the rage. Dave's got a lot of rage pent up inside from what happened to him from Jingy and Laura Owens. And I think he would, I think that he would have a similar reaction facing. Can you imagine if Jingy had to depose Dave?
Oh
How would that go? I mean, I would just imagine it would be very similar.
I'm sure Jingy has had dreams about that. He's like,
dreams about deposing Dave.
yeah, he's probably like, oh, I can't wait.
You're probably going to say Rule 26 about 800 times.
Say Rule 26 one more time, motherfucker.
L Flocking Lou, thanks to the 2. Breadstick money to piss them off. We always like pissing off the haters, and they really hate the breadstick money. So send the breadstick money. Pisses them off more than anything. Photo Lady, thanks for the Photo Lady 12. Thanks for gifting 5 Megan Fox memberships. You guys are unbelievable. Thank you so much. Angelo O'Dath, thanks for the, I don't know what kind of money that is, but I'm thankful for it. Love you guys.
Thanks.
Keep it up. I have no idea what that is. That's a symbol I've never seen. It's like a rune of some kind. Is this like Samoan money? I don't know. Rugu
It's
Mama.
a rune of some kind.
It's a rune. I don't know. Rugu Mama, thanks for the 5. Dave, pretend you're talking to Jingy. Channel that rage into this performance. Welcome to Turtle Purgatory.
My child just fell down. You are not a nice person.
There's so much to learn, Dave, and so much to laugh at. You're going to love it. Keenan Michelle gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Thank you so much. And Liz Bird, thanks for the 10 pounds. Here's 2 for Megan, 2 for Tug, 2 for Dave, 2 for Content Santa, 2 for Vices because I never voted on last night's live because I'm in the UK to sleep. I'll make sure everybody gets their cut.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll be
worry.
looking forward to those. Okay, look at this weird one.
Are you ready?
Look at this creepy one, first of all. Look at the eyes on it. The mouth.
Stop it. That is so creepy.
Zoom in on
weird.
that. Let's zoom in on the face. Check this out.
Stop
What I
it.
got there. Oh my god. Look at that face.
That's so weird. Look at the eye holes. The eye holes are what are creeping me out. And it looks like he's wearing braces. What the hell is up with this?
I have no idea.
Grok
what's
is
bad
falling down on the job.
Oh, that's funny. Look, you really did a good job with the sweatshirt on that one too.
Except it,
uh,
there we go. That's
yeah.
better. I like that one. I like
It did 2 really weird ones too. Yeah, it did like that. Well, I was like, what's up with that?
that's far too close to face painting. You will be canceled for that.
Oh,
You will-
no.
You will be
Cancel.
canceled. Take that
Ugh.
down immediately. That one's better. That one's the one.
Look at that fur.
Is that a beard?
I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be.
I think that's a beard, Tug.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I think that's Tug in a beard.
I love
Oh,
it. There.
God.
Look at that.
That one's perfect. You need to make that.
Oh,
You need to add that to the avatar list.
I like the second one. I thought that one was perfect, to be honest.
that one's
one looks
good.
about right.
That one's good.
Oh, I'm gonna add that one real quick. I gotta put
How
that
do you
one in.
care for the mask beard exactly? It says legal vices.
Very
They're going to be
carefully.
doing a beard care stream soon, and Tug has to add a beard to his mask. It'll be epic, I'm sure. Beard care and cigars coming at you from Legal Vices and That Umbrella Guy.
That'll be amazing.
It's so much toxic masculinity will be floating around in that stream. I won't be anywhere near it. I will be doing something else, probably my nails.
See, look there. That's perfect. Look at that.
It's perfect.
All right. Now I feel like I'm ready for the depot.
All right. Back on track. Back at professional.
Okay. Yeah, we're back to the profession.
For fuck's sake, be professional.
Wait, we're on
Line
20.
14.
Okay.
No,
we're on
20. Yeah. Wait, let me scroll down. Okay, 20.
And in that case, you would never know, or at least not just from the call itself, correct?
Correct.
All right. So you then, at some point in time, chose to unblock her number, correct?
It's a statement. You got any questions?
Correct.
Oh my goodness.
Objection to form. Ask a question.
Ask a question.
At some point in time, you chose to unblock her number, correct?
I already answered that question.
That was a yes, right?
I already answered that question. Then no, broke the civil protection order. She's unblocked because she was court ordered not to break the civil protection order. How am I supposed to know if she breaks it if she's blocked?
Okay, what precipitated your decision to make the overt act of unblocking the number?
Did you not hear my last statement, which matched exactly what I said multiple times before? Oh, I have to scroll.
Yeah, you must scroll. I guess I didn't understand it.
There is a legal civil protection order against your client, Wynette Preston, which states she may not contact me whatsoever. The only way to keep that accountable, to know if she's contacting me, is to unblock her.
But if she's blocked, it's impossible for her to contact you. It's only possible for her to futilely attempt to contact you, right?
Again, another great statement. You got any questions? Do you know how to ask a question?
Well, your testimony was that you unblocked her, so you would know if she was breaking the protection order, right?
My testimony was there's a civil protection order against her, and to know whether she is actually breaking that civil protection order of actually contacting me, she is unblocked.
You know what we call this, actually? We call this victim blaming. That's what this whole line of questioning is. But it's actually your fault that she contacted, because if you would have kept her blocked.
If you just kept it blocked, she wouldn't have been able to, even though she's breaking the order.
Yep. If you would have just moved and never said anything about where you lived, she wouldn't have known where you lived, correct? I mean, it's such a ridiculous thing.
If you didn't advertise that you have so much money and that you give away so much money, she wouldn't have known and tried to grift off of you, right?
If you weren't so sexy in that Cleveland Indians throw.
Good Lord.
Oh my God, I swear. But it's impossible for her to contact you on block, right?
Form. Objection of form.
How would it be impossible? She's broken the civil protection order in person time and time and time again. There are many facets to this civil protection order. You can roll your eyes as much as you want. You already know what she's done over and over again. She's been found guilty over and over again. She continues to block our way. He continues to block our way into places where they are to leave immediately. They're not allowed to be anywhere near us within 500 feet. Any public place, any private place, any public road, any private road, they are not allowed to have any contact with us whatsoever. Just because I block her on the phone doesn't mean she can't get on something else to try to contact us with her multiple fake accounts. You want me to keep going? You obviously know she can contact me. She's done it. She's been found guilty of it.
God, I can't wait till she's asked questions about this. You know, where
Oh,
they
for
try
her
to blame
second
Jeremy.
deposition. Yeah,
Yeah.
her second deposition is going to be just as hilarious as the first. I guarantee it.
Oh my God!
Because she's
there will be-
uncontrollable. She cannot be controlled.
Oh, it's going to be fun. And she wasn't asked anything that was difficult last time. We didn't even get to the difficult stuff.
No,
so-
and Randy was being so patient, so respectful, so like she was screaming at him, and he's like, "Okay, ma'am, can we just calm down? Can you just let me finish my question and then you can answer?" I mean, it was an exercise in hell.
He was. He had to be looking at that thinking, what in the hell have I got myself into? Okay. Now let me clarify. So it would be impossible for her to break the order using the block phone number while blocked, correct?
No, incorrect. There's a million different ways she can do it. Oh, let's think of some. That's right. Her grandson was at the property. Oh, that's right. The Lady County Sheriff took her phone as evidence. She has another phone. She can contact me a million different ways under different names, different profiles. No, it's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination. And she's known, and she has a pattern of creating multiple profiles and doing such things with multiple devices and multiple electronics, such as multiple phones. Just like when the Lady County Sheriff took her phone as evidence when Cook got arrested for brandishing a firearm at yet another person.
Can you read back the question, Alyssa? Reporter read back from the record. Using the block number, correct?
No, not correct. You can download apps, change your number, get through blocks. Not correct in any stretch of the imagination.
Okay. Is it your testimony she violated the protective order using the phone number that we're talking about while it was blocked?
Oh my goodness, the stupidity.
But you just said that there are other ways to get through blocked. So while you had her number blocked, is it your testimony she committed a violation using that number?
The absolute asinine stupidity. You're literally looking at the police report.
Can you speak up?
My testimony is that your client contacted me, breaking the civil protection order that is placed on her.
I can't for a minute. Give me a second. Can you call me asinine louder, please?
Yeah, why would he say loud? Can you speak up? Maybe Jeremy wasn't being loud. Maybe he was like, "Oh, all the asinine stupidity."
That made my eye water a little. So. Okay. Okay, so my question is: there was a time when you had your number.
Wait.
Number blocked. Yeah.
Hold on. There's a phone number in here. Why the hell would there be a phone number in here? Hold on. Hold on
Yeah,
a
take
second.
it off the screen and knock it out real quick.
Hold on. Yeah. Okay.
Ugh.
God, I hate it when stuff like that happens. Let's see. Is there
know.
more? Are there more numbers in here? God, there better not be. All right. All right. Anyway, that is fixed. Where were we? Oh,
We're on
my
that.
testimony is
18.
my testimony. You are at line
18.
18.
Okay, so my question is: there was a time when you had her number blocked. We were talking about a particular phone number, right? Like the number that you had blocked that you referred to.
Looks like it's right there. Says
Here's the
number.
I wonder, as far as unblocking, it would be a very easy way to. Why would I unblock that number? Because who knows how many calls he's receiving from God knows what. So he's kind of wondering, hey, is it that person that's doing it? Why don't I just unblock their number and find out?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure he gets harassment from all types. So, okay. So you had blocked that at some point in time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember about when?
No.
And then you unblocked it at some point in time, right?
Yes.
Do you remember about when?
No.
And while it was unblocked, after you unblocked it, and I write that you received, oh, am I right? My bad. Am I right that you received a text message from her, Miss Preston, from that number?
Yes.
Do you remember when you received that text message?
Is there a date on the police report?
Do you remember without looking at the report?
Without looking at the report, no.
Okay. Was it around the time of the deposition, her deposition in January?
That is exactly, chat, what that reminded me of. Someone in the chat just said Gen X snarkiness. That whole exchange was Breakfast Club. Do you want another? Yes. Are you done? No. You.
It's true. It does.
No, I was like, this is reminding me of something. What is it? And then the chat nailed it.
That is a good reminder, actually. Good job, chat, on that one.
Good job, chat. Okay, sorry. Where were we?
We are at the end of the page.
Okay.
Without looking at the report, I don't know.
Do you know if the violation is depicted in the Zoom video deposition?
I don't understand this question either.
Is the act of her contacting you with the phone number in violation of the order depicted in the video during her deposition? Did she do it during her deposition?
That I don't recall either.
Do you recall mentioning that you had recently reported 4 new violations of the protective order?
Yes.
And did you mention that on a live stream or on a pre-recorded YouTube video within the last couple of weeks or so?
I don't recall.
Well, would you estimate when that was, how long ago that you mentioned the 4 new violations?
I don't recall, and I don't recall whether it was pre-recorded or a live stream.
All right. So did you report 4 violations of the protective order that aren't already a subject of these reports that we've been looking at?
Can you ask a clear question, please?
Did you recently report 4 new violations of the Ohio protective order?
Yes.
And how did you report them? Did you visit the Levy County Sheriff's Office?
Levy County Sheriff's Office came out and got the information and the report from me and the videos.
And what precipitated? Couldn't get it for a minute. Their visit. Did you make a phone call?
Yes.
And do you know when that was?
I don't know the exact date.
Was it during your period of time being in Florida? Or had there been, a time in Ohio between when you made that report and your current date?
During my time in Florida.
When did you arrive in Florida last?
I don't remember the exact date.
Was it less than a month ago?
No.
Probably 6 weeks roughly?
I don't remember the exact date.
Okay. And so after you arrived in Florida, do you know how long after you arrived you made that call, and then the Levy County Sheriff visited your property?
Is there a question in there somewhere?
Good question. I don't know. How long after you arrived in Florida, the Sheriff's Office visits you to take this report of 4 violations?
I don't recall the exact date.
Approximately?
I don't recall the exact date.
Oh my God. So how did this begin? Did you pick up your phone and call? I want to report 4 violations. Please send somebody over.
I called Levy County Sheriff to report a violation.
And did they say, okay, we'll send somebody over?
Yes.
And did they send somebody right over then, or was it later in the day, the next day?
They sent 2 officers over immediately.
And do you remember the names of the officers?
No.
Had you met either one of them before?
I don't recall.
Were they male or female?
2 males.
Since then, have you come to learn their names?
I don't recall.
Okay, is it reflected on the report?
I don't have a report yet. I still have to FO. I have to get the request for the report, and then it will be reflected on the report.
Okay, so how long did they stay when they arrived?
I don't recall.
Was it an hour or less?
It was less than an hour.
Where did you speak with them? Was it indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
And could you tell if the moon was actually shown, even though it was daylight? Or what the fuck? Was there bird song in the background?
Was there bird song? Yes. Were the birds singing in the trees or not?
I mean,
Was there a
what's any of
breeze?
this mean?
Or was it still, were the palm leaves swaying or still that day?
This is so weird.
How high was the humidity? Were there
I
any
mean-
mosquitoes in the vicinity?
Can you describe the location?
One of my properties in Otter Creek.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, address of building Otter Creek.
Is that what's known as the schoolhouse?
Some people call it the schoolhouse.
So did you meet them at the gate of that property where a visitor would have entered or would have to enter?
No,
They were let in, or they entered through the gate and then met you somewhere else on the property?
correct.
Okay. And then did you have this conversation standing outside? Standing up? What the fuck? Were you indeed
Did you-
standing on your
Were you,
head?
were you laying down in the grass with them? Were you like, hey officers, let's cloud gaze while we talk about this thing that I want to
Were you
report?
laying on a sexy rug? Were you having a photo shoot? Was it a glamour shot? Holy crap.
What is he trying to get to here? Where are you going, counselor?
Oh my
Where is this
God.
going?
Were you standing up?
Outside standing up versus what? Laying
my
down?
God.
What? Why does this matter?
Oh
Oh,
my.
OMG. No wonder the judge is so pissed at him.
Were you
Yeah, they could have
making
been tree
O
climbing.
faces?
Granny Sandy says they could have been tree climbing. Maybe. Maybe.
Did you have your best O face on? You'd be like, what? What the what? Could you make it for me now?
And what was the state of your junk at the time? It's like, could you stop asking me about my junk? Were legal vices?
How would you?
Were,
How would
were
you
you
add
on the bearskin rug in front of the roaring fireplace with some red wine? What the hell?
Some people have talked about your pipe. How many inches would you be like? What now?
You have repeatedly said you have a 2-inch pipe. Is that really the case?
It's like, counsel, if I may, I have a tape measure in my pocket. You're like, no.
Were you? Did you have this conversation standing outside, standing up?
No,
What?
no.
Is
He's
he
a pro.
implying something about Jeremy? And Melanie says butt love. All right, those of you who don't understand, if you are new to this case, there is a case, a referenced case called Bud Love that sounds like butt love every time the judge says it, which is why butt love is a joke. No one is actually making that as a joke right now. It's about the case. I promise. Butt
I don't
love.
know. I'm waiting for him to talk about the 2-inch pipe for real. He's gonna reach over and then you have Randy. It's gonna be like illegal search and seizure. You'll be like, what's going on in this?
Counselor, keep your hands off my client's pants, please.
Why are you smiling, rolling your eyes, and grinning at the same time? You're like, what's going on? Counselor, do you have 4 arms? You're like, no. It's
Defense
fasting.
more. Were you alone or were you with someone? Just another stupid question.
Did you notice me peeking in the window with the speed shot camera? You'd be like, what the fuck is that? Oh my God.
All right. Sorry.
And
We're
were the
moving
2
on.
officers recording? Do you know? or just writing?
I do not recall.
Okay. And you reported to them 4 separate violations.
I gave them 4 separate videos to report violations.
Can you tell us about those 4 videos? You know, the first of the 4 videos.
I don't know which order they were in. Number 1 would be John Cook laughing, running towards sheets, laughing about George having cancer. Another would be John Cook talking to me at the edge of his property as he's filming and then going, Your Honor, see, this is what I gotta go through every day, which is communication with me. Another is John Cook violating a protection order at the post office. Another is John Cook and Lynette violating the protection order, driving straight towards me as they see me on the road on North Otter Creek Avenue. They see me, they stop. Instead of turning around, they drive straight towards me.
And are those videos, can you produce those videos to me by request now? Or do I need to go through a formal procedure to get them?
You're going to need to go through a formal procedure.
Okay. So the videos you're describing of the, well, okay, there was a weird break. I thought that was a
It is a
Shockett.
weird break.
It is. Well, Mr. Shockett, I would say that they're responsive to the already propounded requests, but we can discuss that. So the video about you mentioned the post office, was one of them about the post office. I'm sorry, Alyssa, can you repeat the description of the 4 videos? Let's have her repeat the description of the 4 videos, please. Mr. Hale's description of the 4 videos. Reporter read back from the record. Got you. Okay. So the laughing about cancer, running toward the sheets. Can you describe that a little more detail? What do you mean by running toward the sheets?
Which part don't you understand? Running towards or sheets?
What does running mean? What does toward mean? Would you describe?
If you're going to ask stupid questions, you're going to get stupid answers.
God. It's like, how fast exactly would you say someone has to be going in order to be running versus walking?
Oh,
What direction is toward? Which sheets?
You're going to play dumb, like you don't know they've got sheets hung up right now.
So when did this alleged violation, he had to throw that alleged. This is the first time he's done that, by the way. Everything else. So wait, this is interesting. Remember we had a discussion before about him never putting in alleged?
Yeah.
So he puts it in here. Does that mean he's been admitting to everything else?
I don't know.
I mean, this is the first time. We're almost 200 pages in.
I can't explain what he does. I can't give explanations for what this man does and how he behaves. I just can't. I can't explain it.
It's amazing.
Just sit back and bask in the idiocy of it. Because you will not get this much stupid in one place at any time other than right here, right now. So enjoy.
It's amazing. So when did this alleged violation occur?
I don't have the exact date. I'd have to get the report.
And when you say he was laughing about George having cancer, running toward the sheets, how did you witness this?
Well, I feel every time I have to drive by there for my own protection and accountability. And I have ears and I can hear it.
Oh, so you were driving by filming. And were you filming with your arm out the window holding a cell phone?
I film the only way I know how to film, with something in my hand, with a cell phone.
Okay. So on this particular day, you were driving on the road between your property and their property, right?
Correct.
And were you driving in the direction such that the driver's side was closer to their side or your side?
Their side.
Okay, so you're driving by and you're holding the cell phone out the window, filming for protection and accountability, correct?
Correct.
And tell me what happened then that constitutes a violation.
We already covered this.
Well, I'm asking you to describe it now that I've set the scenario.
We literally have already covered this multiple times. Running towards the sheets, laughing, going, ha, 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 George cancer. Communication.
Running in what direction?
Breach of civil protection order. Communication. Intentional, willingly, knowingly communication, literally running towards so I would hear him, literally running towards so I will see him, literally, willingly, knowingly violating the civil protection order, not turning around like he's supposed to, not minding his own business like he's supposed to, taunting, making contact with me, intentionally making contact with me.
Are you?
I do have to say too, that this is, when I say, I've said multiple times, these people just need to stop. If they would stop, there would be no more of this. And the answer from the supporters is like, Jeremy's doing this to them. He needs to stop filming. He would have nothing to show, nothing to report if they would stop doing what they're doing.
This is a person that denies brandishing the old pew-pew, even though we have multiple people, video, and more. I would not trust a person while I'm driving by not to brandish said pew-pew and point it at me or something like that. And I would definitely want it on video, because otherwise, as we've been told a million times now, we've seen that on video too. The police, they don't care if it's not on video.
Not on video. It didn't happen. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I think that's a good point, because we do see that over and over again. They're like, oh my God, look at how we act. Okay, well, you think it's actually proper the way that Bruce has been handling himself? Because the judge certainly didn't think so.
Nope. And it's not okay for people who have a civil protection order against them to act like fools every time Jeremy Hales drives by. Just do nothing. Stay behind your sheets. Do nothing. Don't run towards him. Don't yell at him. Don't do anything. Stop.
Don't fucking call him. I mean, what is up with, I can't get past that.
Well, I think he's trying to make the argument that, remember during her deposition, she accidentally texted Jeremy?
Yeah.
I think he's making the argument that text was during
That's
the deposition and it was accidental. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's, we don't know because we don't have a date, and I don't know. I haven't heard Jeremy's story about that. So maybe it was an accidental contact. I don't know, but I think that's what his argument he was making.
Are you finished? It sounds like I'm talking to you, actually. Are you finished? This is as Bruce saw. Are you finished? Where was he running from? What direction or what building?
Behind the sheets.
So you were driving by and he emerged from behind the sheets so you could see him.
Yes.
And then he moved in what direction? Toward the road? To the left? To the right?
Towards me, towards the road.
I see. So you're driving by. Your cell phone is out the window, and he shows up from behind the sheets and starts walking toward the road. And was he filming? Was he holding a cell phone?
I do not know.
Okay, but he was walking toward the road and saying what?
Oh my goodness, we've already covered this. Move on. Ask a relevant question.
So he emerged from behind the sheets and began walking toward the road saying what?
I already answered this. Ask another question.
I need you to answer it now.
I already answered it multiple times. As a matter of fact, you could probably answer it. You know what I said.
Mr. Shockett, it's a really simple question. Would you mind asking him to just give me a simple answer?
He answered it 2 times. Even I can memorize what he said.
Mr. Hales, what did Mr. Cook say as he walked from behind the sheets towards as you were driving by filming?
All right, one more time, then that's it.
He was laughing out loud to make sure I could hear him, which is covered on the cell phone video footage, mocking George having cancer.
But I want the words spoken, not your characterization.
Well, you can have the video when you go through the proper channels to get the video, and you'll hear them.
But do you remember what he said? Not just a...
I do not have the video right now.
But do you remember what he said? Do you remember what he said?
I just told you what he said for the 3rd time, and I'm not going to answer it again.
All right. And the second violation that you reported, you said that Mr. Cook was on the edge of the property yelling, "Your Honor." This is what we have to go through. Is that correct?
Oh my goodness, we finally got a question out of this statement. Wow. Yes.
And again, let's set up the scenario. Where were you at this time?
Driving.
Was this a different day than the first one?
Yes.
Okay, so it was the same thing where you were driving on the road filming for accountability and protection.
Yes.
And also with your side, the driver's side, closer to the property.
Yes.
And you were driving by. You saw Mr. Cook on his property?
Yes.
And did you stop or slow down?
I always slow down when there's an individual near the road. Not to mention, they have publicly posted stating that I go 65, 70 miles per hour, that they've even posted signs, slow down. They posted signs. You don't want me to slow down? So yes, I slowed down.
By the way, I found video of Lynette, and I have it in the drive tug. I put it up there last night of her saying that he speeds down the road all the time, and couldn't he just slow down? I have it.
So it's either he's driving too fast and he's a monster, or he's driving slow by our home and he's a monster.
Yes. Doesn't matter what he does. He's wrong.
So ridiculous. Okay. And so tell me then, what happened that constitutes a violation?
Communication, contact.
Well, again, you're characterizing. So I'd like you to give me the facts. What exactly did he do or say?
And again, I already told you, and this is the last time I'm going to answer the question. He is filming me as I'm filming him and going, Your Honor, this is what I have to go through every day. There is no Your Honor. The communication is with me. I'm the only person there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's not like the judge is materialized somewhere from in the camera.
Yeah, he's not on FaceTime with the judge.
So dumb. And then you talked about the violation occurring at the post office.
Nice statement. You got a question?
Yes. Please tell me about that violation.
He violated. It was within the 500 feet at the post office.
Do you recall when?
No.
Was it a different day than the first two we've just discussed?
Yes.
And did you arrive at the post office after he was there, or the other way around?
I arrived at the post office after he was there.
So you parked your vehicle, did you?
No. I was in the road. He was in the road on Route 24. He was driving. I was driving. And he already knows we're at the post office every day, roughly at 2:30, dropping off packages. And he went there at 2:30. He pulled in. I stayed on the road and told him to leave. Leave now. He got back in his vehicle, spit rocks at my vehicle, and then did not leave within 500 feet. He went to the next parking lot, which is less than 100 feet away.
So you and he were both in your vehicles, like you were behind him driving, and he knew you were behind him driving, going to the post office.
Yes.
And so it's your testimony that he then pulled into the post office knowing that it would create this issue of violation.
And he made verbal contact as well.
What was the verbal contact?
I'd have to look at the video again. I don't recall.
Okay. And then you say you didn't pull into the parking lot, but you said something to them verbally to leave.
I told them to leave. Leave now.
And then you said that he left, but like spit rocks, meaning he peeled out?
Yes, to kick rocks at my vehicle.
Did he cause any damage?
Not to my knowledge.
And then you say he drove only 100 feet away to another parking lot?
Yes.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I continued to film until he left.
So you mean he left from the spot that he originally drew to 100 feet away?
Eventually, because I was continuing to film him.
And how long did you?
The whole accountability thing. When he's breaking the law, when he's breaking the civil protection orders, which he should have immediately got into his vehicle and left within 500 feet, but he chose not to willingly. He chose not to knowingly. He chose to park less than 100 feet away to still be breaking the civil protection order until two people, myself and Deanna West, continued to film him until he eventually left.
Was Deanna West in the vehicle with you?
No.
Where was she? How did she come up on the scene?
She was in her own vehicle.
But was she making the trip to the post office in conjunction with you?
Yes.
So you were like both delivering packages?
Yes.
And so how long did Mr. Cook remain 100 feet away and then finally leave?
I don't recall. I'd have to review the video.
But you do recall.
And let's be very clear. Even if he's not, even if he's there for a second, 2 seconds, I don't care if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's a break and a breach and a violation of the civil protection order. 1 second, half a second is a break and a breach and a violation of the protection order. I can care less about the time. And frankly, you should care less about the time. You should be telling your clients to stay as far away from as possible so they don't end up breaking the law.
When you got the civil protection order in Ohio, that was after you had filed but been denied one in Florida. Am I right?
I never filed for one in Florida. I was not denied one in Florida.
So it's your testimony that you did not apply for protection order in Florida.
I eventually applied for a protection order in Florida once I had my civil protection orders in Ohio. But the way you phrased the question was the understanding that I applied for one in Florida, got denied, and therefore went to Ohio.
Oh, I thought that is what happened. I guess it didn't. So I think I said that wrong today. I was on with Dave. I thought he did. So I got that backwards. Sorry, Jeremy. He said...
Oh, that was completely and totally incorrect.
Okay, so to be clear, your testimony is that there's no record of any filing by you in Florida prior to when you went to Ohio to get a protective order.
Correct.
And then you said you did file after you got the Ohio protective order. You said you tried to file for Florida protective order.
Correct.
Okay, and where did that get filed?
Levy County.
What happened with that application?
Judge Craig DeThomas sealed it and denied it.
So there is albeit a sealed record of a filing by you seeking a protective order in Florida that was ruled on and denied by Judge DeThomas?
Correct. Illegally. Both state law.
Did you?
State. I'm not finished. Both state law was broken by Judge Craig DeThomas and both federal law was broken by Judge Craig DeThomas. And then he sealed it so nobody would have any access to it. But then I paid to have it unsealed to find out exactly what he did.
Has it been unsealed?
To me, not to you.
So you have, well, even if it were sealed and not unsealed, you still, of course, have a record or file of what you filed, right? An electronic copy, right?
Yes.
So will you produce that in discovery?
I need to see your request, counsel.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it was responsive to other requests, but if we need to, we will. So, Miss Preston was pro se, unrepresented by counsel during the proceedings in Ohio court, the evidentiary proceedings, correct?
I do not know Miss Preston's legal background or who is helping or representing her except for you.
Well, in the Ohio proceedings that you filed and granted a protective order, to your knowledge, did she have counsel of record at the time of that proceeding?
Within the course, she did not have a counsel of record.
And the fourth violation that you testified to recently reported involved him driving towards you on the road, correct?
Yes.
Okay, can you give us more details about that, please? What road?
Dead Dog Road.
I'm just kidding. It did not say Dead Dog Road, but I wanted to say it. Okay, that's where we're going to stop for today. We're at page 204, line, what are we at? 204, line 1.
Yeah. I was like, hey, Megan, I've got an hour. Wait. Well,
I know. We're going to stop. We're stopping now.
What is that? What was it? 204?
201. No, sorry. 204, line, well, technically,
top.
Let's go
Just
back
say
to
top.
202, line 25. Let's do that.
202, 25.
202, line 25.
202, 25.
Okay. So, yeah. So
right.
I'm going to get to super chats. If you have to jump.
Yeah, I'm going to have to bounce and do a few things, but
okay.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Thanks for hanging out.
Hey, no problem. It's been fun. All right.
Very fun.
All right,
See you,
later.
Doug. All right, guys, we are going to go over your super chats and let's see. Let me pull some up here. Where did we leave off? Thanks for hanging out all this time. Oh no, how did I roll all the way up to the top? That was stupid. Okay, I remember that one. I remember that one. Here we go. All right, K-Rab, thanks for the 5. You have to actually purchase an item to have it removed from a wish list. Done it many times. Yeah, I know. You do. And it's silly that they're even trying to claim this. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 10. Lynette is now submitting a new wish list for Harley. A new one? The one she has isn't enough? She's also submitting a wish list for herself. Lynette will allegedly end up selling most of Harley's gifts for money like she has in the past. Well, that was my concern. I mean, grifters are going to grift. She's been doing this for years. So, and we've got, statements and testimony from people in Northport to prove that, and also her own statements on the Northport community pages. Wizzy Wheels, thanks for the 10. I wanted to thank you for the support I received both of your channels while my mom was unwell. You all helped keep me sane through a tough time. Oh, she passed away last night with me by her side. Thank you. Wizzy Wheels, I am so sorry to hear that. I am so sorry for your loss. What a difficult time, especially right around the holidays. But hang on to the good memories, because the good memories will get you through. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Wizzy. Angel in Australia gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Thank you so much. And there was a Tuglet raid. Thanks, Wizzy Wheels, for the 2. Angel Australia gifted 5 more memberships. Let's get one of those Fox squeals in there. Welcome to the Fox Den, everybody who got one of those. It's weird here, but you'll get used to it. And if you don't, you can always just, flounce out the door, making sure to leave a hilarious comment behind. Wizzy Wheels, thanks for the 2. I am dumb, but Bubbles has me beat, hands down. Angel gifted 5 more memberships. Wow, you guys, this has been a membership-heavy stream today. I'm going to have to do some members-only streams soon to reward all of you. Wizzy Wheels, thanks for the 2. Oh, wait, I got that one. John Stuber, thanks for the 5. Since the Butter Twins grifted money for Deuce to fly to Florida, will Deuce show up or not? I am hearing that there's some talk about him not having to be there. I would love to see that. I'd love to see him try. If he wants to see the judge's head on fire, he should definitely try to get out of coming to Pensacola where the judge has ordered him to be. Yeah, he should definitely try that. I would love to see that. Go for it. Deborah McLeod, thanks for the 2. Good Lord. Jeremy was wearing memorabilia. Yeah, and vintage memorabilia too. World Explorer, thanks for the 5. Tug with his Rickman voice makes it sound like a master talking down to a schoolboy. Deuce, love it. Kathy Stewart, thanks for the 2. Super sticker, thank you, appreciate you. SF, thanks for the 5. Megan will have to have a couple of babies to combat all the toxic masculinity in the beard care stream. I know. That's some hair I don't know anything about. So that is not a me stream. That's a them stream. Let's see. SF. Oh, we got that one. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5. Tug's new one is dark and menacing, but he will talk baseball with you. It's funny. Country girl, thanks for the 5. He's trying to say he didn't need to unblock her because there were other ways he could have found out. Oh, yeah, like he's supposed to have a third-party witness there at all times? How ridiculous. SF, thanks for the 5. Tug, make JH a hoodie of your Tug mask in the Cleveland Indians hoodie, and then he can wear that during his streams. That's a great idea. That's a hilarious idea. That's very funny. So Jeremy can wear a t-shirt or a sweatshirt with Tug's avatar on it in the Cleveland Indians sweatshirt. It's perfect. Oh, Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 10. Dang, Deuce's foreskin is the densest lawyer I've ever seen. Things fly right over his head. He listens to argue, not to understand the answer. Deuce is just like Sarah Boone in this aspect. That was a trial I did not pay attention to, and I probably should have. Wishful Wen, thanks for the 5. Call the news show. We're blaming Jeremy. LOL. Pickled Tink. Thanks for the 50. I'm still in rehab after my hip surgery on 11/20. This was my 4th surgery over the last year since I broke it in October 23. Saw the surgeon yesterday and he removed my 44 staples. Wow. He wants me to stay for at least 1 more month at rehab. Pickled Tink, the chat was worried about you, so I'm glad you checked in because a bunch of people were asking. They said they hadn't heard from you since the surgery. So we're glad to hear that you're in recovery. That's good news. Sounds awful, though. 44 stitches sounds insane. So get well quickly. Michelle Webster, CM yesterday's vintage. Thanks for the Canadian 5. Can you imagine what the court reporter is thinking? No, I cannot. Tie Sticks, thanks to the 5. Can you remember the temperature of the day? Let me rephrase. What was the climate like when the policemen were there? Mystery Sky member for 6 months. Always having good laughs when I listen to Megan and Tug. Tie Sticks, thanks to the 2. I played the 1st and the 4th. Yes. Puzzled Puzzler, thanks to the 5. Is he trying to make the Depo last a long time? Planning to provoke him and then make him pay for the Depo? Always an ulterior motive. I would say that's a pretty good one, especially because he kept asking for Jeremy to pay for it. Granny Peggy, thanks for the 5. Did he get his questions out of a Cracker Jack box? My head is hurting from these dumb questions. Thanks for the laugh. Iowa Gal, thanks for the 10. Oh, so now BBB gets it that Jeremy films when he drives by LP and JC. Dense much? Came at Red Queen, thanks for the 10. But why was his phone number in her phone? Then it would not have been accidental in December when the protection order was granted in previous October, the year ago. Should have been deleted. I mean, I'm guessing that she kept it for her evidence or whatever because she tried to take out a protection order against him. But yeah, that would be the best way not to violate a protection order. Just delete the number. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5. Does Deuce not realize that he's driving home Jeremy's point when he keeps having him repeat this stuff? It's moronic. I know. Lori Netzel, thanks for being a member for 2 months. Wish I could do a super chat today. I can another day. Well, that's okay. If you can't send a super chat, you can definitely hit the like button because that's free. You can also subscribe and you can share with your friends on social media because that doesn't cost anything. Definitely never send me your ramen money. You can send me your cappuccino money, but your ramen money should really stay in your budget. And that's how I feel about that. Caroline B, thanks for the 5. Will Deuce need to move down there for a year to save on travel? Maybe. And Melanie Schoulier, I never know how to say it. Thanks for the 5. What do 2 walrus fleas, a stripper, and a drunk have in common? They all think Bubbles is a real lawyer. It was a fun one to end on. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your support. Super chats and likes and subscriptions. We are headed to my next goal is 75,000 subscribers. I got to plan the 50,000 subscriber celebration stream. We're definitely going to do that. I just have to figure out when. And oh wait, there's another super chat. I got to hit that one. Hold on. L Flocking Lou, thanks for the 2. Bruce questions came from the haters channels, probably. I mean, I don't know what they think they're doing, though. Why do those questions matter about his relationship with George or any of that stuff? It doesn't seem like it matters to me. And it's just for gossip. This is about, finding out whether or not his clients actually defamed Jeremy Hales and defending them from that. It's not about Jeremy's personal life, which is weird. It's really weird. All right. I am going to leave you now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's see. Is there some place I can send you? Let's see. Is anybody streaming? Hold please while I discover who's streaming. Who's going now? Oh, Law Talk with Mike is having a happy hour. He's hilarious. Go tell Law Talk with Mike I said hello. We've never met. Maybe one day he'll come on the show. That would be fun. All right, guys. You take care. What song do you guys want to hear? Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's do this Levy County one. Where is it? This one's hilarious. Where did it go? Here it is. Otter Creek.
Get on down to Otter Creek, where your problems seem small when you see the squall in Otter Creek. It's full of freaks, warring neighbors, angry gators, stolen trailers, and little people in the walls. Otter Creek truly has it all. Otter Creek, oh my, my. Otter Creek, it'll make you cry. Otter Creek, don't come on by. In Otter Creek, you might just die. The cops turn a blind eye to all kinds of crimes. The prosecutor's lazy, they toss more than they try. If you get held up at gunpoint, don't bother, call it in. Nobody will pay for it, you just can't win. Otter Creek, oh my, my. Otter Creek, it'll make you cry.